the question is, according to this person, from 2000 until the current day, there are 123 unsolved murders in the city of Providence, and they would like to know what you intend to do about it.
Why don't we start with Cody?
It's tough for me to address this because I've been on the grind working with the Providence Police and the state police and other municipalities for probably about 7 to 8 years. What needs to happen is more communication with the police and the people. These murders are unsolved because there is lack of communication between the law enforcement and the inner city folks where these murders are occurring. So the trust is an issue. And like I said, it's not all police, but it's happened many times over and over. So we need to have more education when it comes to what to do, who to report to. We need to have more police on the ground, community police, and everyone throws that around. It should be a thing. When you become a police, you're a community policeman. So we need that to happen. We need police officers to ride around with the windows down and not up with the AC that we're paying for and wave to the kids, wave to their neighbors, stop and talk and shoot some hoops. We need more of that. It's happening, but we need more. We need more programs like the Rhode Island Midnight League that I resurrected and ran for about 2 years. We need to continue to build relations with law enforcement in order to decrease these violent crimes, and especially the unsolved one.
Mr. Lurza, unsolved homicides, is it a matter of more detectives that we need? What do you think?
I think when you look at police departments throughout the country, and there's different solve rates for major crimes. The departments that have the largest or the highest rates of solving violent crime, they're the ones that are run the most professionally and have the best workplace culture, meaning that we have the highest standards and the most is expected of the police department. And so making sure that you run a police department with integrity, with honesty, all of that factors into making sure that we have that kind of culture. And we should all be very, very proud that Providence Police Department is one of very, very few police departments in the country that just recently received the CLEO accreditation, something that would never have happened back in the 1980s here in the city of Providence, when frankly much of the police department was a corrupt organization. And so running it with integrity and honesty. But I also agree with Mr. Dennis that this is about police and community relationships. If any of you ever watched The First 48, that show on TV, The First 48 after a homicide, almost every one of those crimes is solved when the police department receives an anonymous tip. It's those relationships with the community. You have to have that trust with the community. So that's what we continue to build in getting our police officers playing basketball, coaching football, making sure that they're interacting with our kids. And last but not least, something that's really near and dear to me, we have to recruit police officers that reflect the community that they serve. We recently hired the largest police academy in the city's history, and we shattered every record for diversity. 63% of the police officers were people of color. We also shattered the record for most women coming into the department. So, continuing to do that and recruit folks that are willing to build those relationships with the community.
Mr. Marubio, unsolved homicides, I feel like I get that question a lot from viewers and readers. So what do you think?
I have to agree with both of the people to my right here. I think that the community-based policing is definitely an essential part of solving crimes within the community. I also, applaud the efforts of the police academy and the recruits that we have put on the job. But I think that we are still deficient by at least 75 to 100 police from the levels that we were previous. So I believe that we have to continue that effort with the academies and to get that police department up to the full strength that it was at. I had mentioned in my opening about cultural diversity. That is essential within both the police department, both within City Hall, both within the school department.